Welcome back. We continue to watch the breaking news this morning out of France. Hundreds of French taxi drivers are burning cars, clashing with police right now over Uber. They're forming blockades around airports and key train stations, causing chaos in Paris and other big French cities. Rampaging drivers blocked the Paris ring road at several points. Taxi drivers in France are furious at Uber, which they say is endangering their jobs by taking customers away from licensed cab companies.
It's the reaction, though, to see cars burning, to see this kind of crowd, this rioting, if you will. That's overstating it. But what Uber does, Uber Pop uses amateur drivers, and so if Uber really takes off, it will cut these guys out and women out of jobs.
Yes, for sure. And that's the upset.
But you see industries like this, particularly in France, that are very entrenched. Certainly striking in Europe is a common occurrence.
But is it fair that the drivers already in place have paid all this money for their licenses, and Uber does not have to follow that?
Well, I mean, again, I think the French government has to look at this situation. But, I mean, should Uber people have to go buy a, you know, like as you said, they're amateur drivers. I'm just curious about the PR. I mean, I'm not a French person, so I don't know how they react to this kind of violence and chaos. It doesn't make me like cab drivers right now. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out for them, if it brings sympathy towards them or not.
Or are they going to say, look, get on the program, start using technology and become more efficient?
And I know that, because we've talked about it, a part of Uber's growth strategy, you interviewed the CEO, is about the driverless cars and focusing on that and basically changing the auto industry. However, these are pictures that the investors in that company and certainly other politicians in other cities have to be looking at, thinking, is Uber coming to our city? Will this get in the way of Uber's growth potential around the world? That is what you have to be thinking about.
I don't think this is going to stop technology. I don't think this is going to stop advancements. This is not going to stop Uber.
Yeah, well,
I don't think
we'll see. It's quite successful already.
Yes.
All right, we're just about 30 minutes away from the opening bell. Rachel Dagan, final thoughts here on markets and what we should expect. We're expecting a higher opening, obviously, for the stock market. We're still waiting on any answers out of Greece. Dagan, no resolution there. We did get personal income for the month of May out, and once again, it indicates wages are slowly but surely increasing.
That's fantastic news, because that's going to help every single corner of the economy. It will also help the Federal Reserve move maybe in September. And also we've got to focus on the Supreme Court, because these key rulings could come down roughly when they come out, 10 o'clock in the morning. But when that decision finally comes on Obamacare, on the Affordable Care Act, it'll be interesting to see how corners of the stock market react to that.
And it affects small business. Obamacare is going to affect a lot of small businesses, and I think they're watching to see what will happen.
All right, we'll leave it there. Dagan McDowell, Rachel Campos-Duffy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Have a great day, guys. Coming up tomorrow, Hank Greenberg's lawyer, David Boies, former NYPD Police Commissioner Howard Safer, on the New York